everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about this stroller, which is the Strolee double stroller. We're going to talk through all the different features of it and my just general thoughts about it. I've been using it for a while now and it's a really great option that I want more people to know about. So this is a double travel stroller and it weighs 22 pounds, which is really good for a double stroller. I mean, I've got some single travel strollers that are like 10 to 13, but for a double, 22 is great. So it's a 22 pound with really great capacity. So each seat can hold up to 60 pounds. Really great capacity for a double. This is in the light color, I believe it's called Fawn. And I was a little nervous about the light color at first because I was like, is this gonna get dirty? But the material of the fabric just kind of is easy to wipe off, and it has no flame retardants. So it is a really great fabric. It's comfortable, the seats are nice and plush, so is the back, and even the padded straps are really nice and padded. So I'm really impressed, and it works with the lighter color. This also hides sunscreen really well as just like dust and like food crumbs and that sort of thing. So the lighter color is actually a real winner for me. It's also nice and tall. So I currently have a 1.5 and 4.5-year-old, and they're both on the tall side. And this has been working really well. So up to the canopy, I believe it's 26 inches. This part is only like 17, but you really do have all that extra headroom. And even my 4.5-year-old has no problem in the straps. They've got more room to go. Like, they don't need to be any taller on her. So that's worked really well. And the 1.5 is comfortable as well. I found that these were really easy to adjust and they stay in place really nicely, which is great. And I'll show you more about the buckle in a minute. But let's do the part that everyone's gonna be most curious about. How does it fold? How does it unfold? The folding for this is probably my favorite part because it is a tri-fold. So it really does get nice and small. It's easy, it's convenient, it's lightweight to put in the car, that sort of thing. In order to fold it, there are these two levers on the side that have room for your fingers, and you just pull up on both sides at the same time. And as you pull up, you kind of push down in order to fold it. I will say that occasionally, and you'll probably see it happen, that last little push, it doesn't go down quite evenly enough. So, and I don't know if that's me just doing it, but you just kind of have to keep pushing. But it is really nice and easy. It's not a one-hand fold because you do need to pull up on both sides. So here is how it looks folded. And I will also show you with the lap bar later on because the lap bar sits on top and can act as a handle. It's quite a bit bigger with the lap bar. So this is the most compact fold that you will find. One other thing I really love about this is it comes with a travel backpack. You already have this travel system ready to go. It also comes with a rain cover, the lap bar, and stack trays, which is amazing for the value. Okay, so now for the unfold. Just lift here and you just pull open. There's no kind of clasp you have to undo. I have some strollers where you have to like push a button to undo it. Sometimes you have to like lift a lever. There's none of that. It's just kind of ready to go, just like this. So you just pull it open and it's good. So it's a really quick fold and unfold, but it does take two hands. You probably didn't notice this little tiny piece right here. This is actually what makes it stand upright when you are down. And this comes folded down when you first get it. So you have to unfold this in order to have the standing piece working. But it is super helpful to have that for when it's folded down. Okay, let's look at the canopy. So you have this magnetic button for the see-through window. There isn't one on this side, so you can't just like leave it open. But what I do is just fold it and it works. You can't see everything, but you can still get a really nice view with just using that single magnet. So that's that. And then the actual, you can see it says UPF 50, which is great. And then the actual canopy has a zipper on it that you can undo, and it extends it even further. So it's a really nice canopy, especially for a travel stroller. The only other thing I want to show you on the side is that there's this little like knob right here, and that is where you can attach a cup holder. It clips right on or clips right off. It's really, really easy. So you have one of these on each side, and it does come with one cup holder, but you can buy extra if you want to for some reason. It will make it so you can't get through business doorways. You do need to have no cup holder on the side in order to go through small doorways. But if you're just out for a walk or something, it's great for that. Okay, so now let's take a look at the back. I just undid the brake. It's a super easy flip-flop friendly brake. Just pulls right down. And one thing you may notice about this is that the actual bar and the wheels are set really far forward. This means that you don't kick it when you walk, which I have never had a travel stroller that I do not kick when I walk, except for the single version of this. Actually, I have the single of this as well as the double, and they've really made that for tall parents or for people who just kind of kick the bar. It really works to not do that, which is really lovely. So this back portion can fold down right here, and then it has a nice zipper pocket, which is lovely, so it can hold a good amount. You can see how far my hand goes in there. You can also unhook this and roll it up and then pull it this way if you want a ton of ventilation. And I think this is especially helpful if you have this reclined all the way. So let me show you the recline. There are two straps right here and a button, and so you just push the button and pull it down. That is the full recline, and I will show you this from the side as well. And then in order to pull it back up, you just push it, hold these down, and pull it back up. If you only do one, it will go up kind of sideways, so you do have to make sure you pull both at the same time. And then here's the Velcro line here, which is what this goes on. And here is the back of the storage compartment. It does have elastic, so you can get things in here, but I find that with this stroller, it's much easier to put things in the front than it is in the back, especially because the whole stroller is kind of sat forward. It's not like right underneath you. And then the design of this, it just works a lot better from the front. Handlebar, there are two buttons on the side. There are 3 different places that it will stop for different heights, and then it can also fold all the way down. So you had it on the tallest, then this is the middle setting, and then that's the lowest. So I think it's about 1 inch, I would guess, for each one. This is a little low for me, and I actually just like the feeling of it on the tallest setting. But you can also push this and get it all the way down. For some reason I want to collapse with this down. I can do that, just pull these up. And it's even more collapsed this way. So again, the handle doesn't stick out taller than this, so it's not gonna make it shorter, but it does kind of pull this in a little bit more to collapse it even further down. Besides for the wheels on here, this is basically how it comes too. So you just have to put wheels right on, which is super easy, which is lovely. So the actual assembly is super easy with this. So you can see the difference if I just pull the handle up at the different settings. It's like that. Okay, so now let's look at how far this extends with it off to the side. This is not newborn safe. It's like 147 or something degrees. It is safe from 3 months up. And then you can get car seat adapters if you're interested, and a bunch of, it's like the Nuna, the Maxi Cozy, the Cybex, a Graco. There's like a number of different car seats that work with this. So you could put car seat, and then you might even be able to fit 2 if you had twins. But really, I think the stroller works best from that 3 month up anyway. So now let's take a look from the front. So from the front, you can see this nice big opening. That is where I put all the stuff. It really does hold things well. And then you can collapse the footrest down if you want to. My kids always just like it up. But the seat is nice and deep, especially compared to the first model of this. The seat is really nice and deep, which is lovely. And then you can see the recline from the front versus it sitting all the way up. I don't find that there's any issue with either of my kids like trying to pull forward either. They can see pretty well over the side with it when it's all the way up. I'm gonna feel this button on the back, so I believe there is a way to lock the wheels. I haven't done that, and I haven't really felt the need to. I've taken this on a lot of uneven sidewalks, gravel, like slippery floors. We've taken it to a lot of different areas, and it's all worked really well. There are some uneven sidewalks that I do have to kind of angle it to get it up. It does hit those, but so do all of my other travel strollers. My everyday double stroller can't get to that part either. The only one that can is like my Upper Baby Vista, which can handle anything. But otherwise, I think that this handles things really, really well. So locking it I think would be helpful on like really uneven terrain or like gravel, that sort of thing, but I haven't had a problem with it. The only time I ever have a little bit of an issue with it is actually when there are no kids in it. So if I've dropped the kids off at school and I'm walking home, the front wheels can kind of drag a little bit sometimes. Not really a big deal because it works really well when there's any weight in it, and that is the much more important aspect. So I haven't really noticed it to be much of a problem, but it is something I've sort of noticed is every once in a while a wheel will kind of like drag a little bit if there's not weight in the stroller. Otherwise, it's handled really all of those terrains super well. I've been really impressed with it when it comes to that. Now let's look at the buckle. The buckle is super easy. It's a magnet. There are two different pieces to it right here, and they go together really easily, and then it's nice and secure. So it's not going anywhere. So once you've got that on, your kid is kind of stuck while you get this part, which is lovely. And so this part is, it's got this nice padding behind it, so it's comfortable for them. And then you just push it together that way. And it clicks together really well. And then there's a big button on the top to release it. And it just comes apart that way. You can maybe see the magnets down here. And then this part is still together. So that might be a little tricky at first, but it's really easy to figure out because you just kind of pull it to separate, and there you go. Okay, so here are all of the accessories. You have the cup holder, the lap bar, which collapses smaller for storage, which is nice. You have the rain cover, which I will show you. And then this is the travel backpack. So this is the nice little pouch that it comes in. So let's look at the cup holder first. That's nice and easy. See this little slot on the side, and that just slots right in. So it is really easy to get on and off with pretty quickly. Pull your drink out, pull this up, and just walk through. So it is really nice and easy to put on. I've had some where you have to like rotate it and fit it on there right, and it like stays, and it's really hard to get on and off. It is not that, which is lovely. Rain cover. Nice and big, and it has a storage pocket in the back, even with the rain cover, which is so nice. It's got this Velcro. It also has two little slits in the side, so for whatever reason, if you need to be able to collapse it with the rain cover on, you can. You can reach those two little levers to pull up, which is nice. And around the Velcro, just goes right around the bar if you want to be able to access the bar, and then if you don't care about that and you can just hold it with the rain cover, you can keep it above it. It kind of works either way, which is really nice, really easy. Extra coverage. You can see it's sort of meant to be used with the canopy, and then they can see out of this front part. There are little holes in this front part too, so it's breathable for your children. And I just really appreciate that there's this pouch in the back, so I could collapse it and actually just put it all together in this pouch so it's nice and small, and then yeah, just having that ability to store your stuff outside of the rain as well is a really thoughtful touch. Okay, so let's check out the lap belt. The lap belt comes across, and then it has these little knobs on the back so you can release it. I'll be honest, I never use this. My kids don't use the lap bar. My kids never use lap bars. I don't know. I also don't really use snack trays. So this is where you attach the snack tray. It just snaps right on there. So you can do one at a time. You don't have to have both. Both kids don't want a snack tray. And then to get them out, if you want to leave the bar on, you can just lift the lever and they can come right out. Super easy to just take it off in general too. But I want to show you how it looks collapsed with the bar on, because I think that makes a really big difference. Okay, so if I collapse it down, so it collapses down the same way, but you can see this sticks up quite a bit. It works really well as a handle if you need something that's like easy to grab to put it in and out of your car, but it obviously takes up significantly more room. So again, I never use the lap bar, but it is easy to take off if you do need to store it in the travel bag. May as well show you that part next. And then, you know, it does make a nice handle if you're just putting it in the car and taking it out all the time. I'd probably leave it on. So the storage bag is separate, and then this bag, it's a nice big size, and it has these two straps which have some padding on them. I didn't even bother to try to get this part in. Largest part of the stroller, it sticks out on the side. I could fiddle with this and make it fit better and get it in, but like, I probably should have put it in the opposite direction. Would have been easier for this to face the back. Lesson learned, this is the first time I put it in here. But if I put it on my back, it works pretty well. Note to self, put it in so the front of the stroller is at the front of the bag. I think that would be much easier. Regardless, it fit and it was fine. So the last thing I want to try that I have not tried yet is Strolee sells a strap that you can use to help carry it as well. And since I never use the lap bar, it's something I wanted to try. This is not the Strolee strap. It's $10 on the site. I could have bought it, but I had basically the same thing already at home. And they have D-rings. Let me turn this around. Rings right here and right here that you can attach a strap to. So I'm going to try that with you now. And if I'm going somewhere quick and I don't want to put it in and out of the backpack, for me it's most likely going to be the train or the subway or something. I want to have something without that handlebar that I can just quickly pick up. I can use this strap, and that works pretty well. If I turn the stroller around, I can pretty easily put it on my shoulder and take it up the train. I also tend to bring it like in front of me when I'm carrying it onto the train, you know, on the like narrow aisles. So this works really well too. Since this doesn't like lock into place when it's down, I don't want, as I'm like carrying it on the train, for it to open up. I do oftentimes just like grab through the side, but that's a little awkward to do, especially if I need a hand to help a child. And so having this gives me that like one-handed option, which is great. So yeah, I could just like leave this down and I'm on all the time if I chose. It's a little in the way of me trying to get things in and out, but it's not too bad. So I could just leave it if I wanted to. So in terms of a travel double stroller, yes, there are cheaper ones on the market and there are ones that are a lot more expensive. But to me, this one is really, really great. And for all the different accessories you get for the money and how lightweight it is and how comfortable it is, I think it's a really good option. In fact, to me, it's kind of more of a crossover. I have been using this for every occasion that I use my like everyday double stroller, which is 10 pounds heavier, quite a bit bigger, doesn't fold down to nearly as small. And I've actually been considering selling that one because this one has been so great. So this is not just a travel stroller to me. This really is a crossover that could work as a great everyday stroller. If you're somebody who lives on like super uneven terrain, maybe you would need another stroller. But if you're somebody who's like taking this in and out of your car, you're traveling with it a lot, you're just using it around your neighborhood on like uneven or like fairly uneven sidewalks, then I think that this is really all that you need, and I'm impressed with this. If you have any questions about it, please do leave them down below. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in a future video.